King Charles III in the throne room, signing his proclamation for accession to the throne. We just heard his speech, which was, as expected, similar to his first address to the nation yesterday, saying my mother's reign was unequaled and that she had given him a great example of love and duty. He had announced the death of his mother, describing it as an irreplaceable loss, and added that the overwhelming affection and support from the public has been a great consolation to him and the royal family. The nation catching their first glimpse of the new king, for the first time this ceremony being televised. This formal proclamation of King Charles III at St. James's Palace, 2 days after the death of the beloved Queen Elizabeth II. How Charles automatically became Britain's new monarch on the death of Queen Elizabeth II, who passed away at Balmoral Castle on Thursday afternoon. But this Accession Council is a body of advisors dating back to the time of Norman kings and will formally announce his role today as the new sovereign and king in this ceremony. King Charles III reading his statement to his late mother was similar to the emotional tribute that we heard during his first address last night, paying tribute to her life of service. The king said that she gave him a great example of love and duty, adding, and I quote, "My mother's reign was unequaled." And King Charles III, pledging to follow in his mother's footsteps, commits to lifelong service in his address to Britain as the monarch following the death of Queen Elizabeth. A historic Accession Councils proclaimed Charles III as Britain's new king following the death of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II, who was aged 96 at Balmoral Castle on Thursday evening. Now, the Televised Council being held at St. James's Palace in London.
Your Majesty's declaration to be made public.
Approved.
Draft of an order in Council for recording the oath relating to the security of the Church of Scotland, to be transmitted to the Court of Session, to be recorded in the books of Sediment, and afterwards lodged in the State Papers of Scotland and in the Council Register.
Approved.
Draft order in Council determining the form of proclamation for proclaiming Your Majesty in the realms and in the British Overseas Territories.
Approved.
Draft of an order in Council authorising the Lord Chancellor to make use of the Great Seal for sealing all things whatsoever that pass the Great Seal until another Great Seal be prepared and authorised.
Approved.
Draft of an order in Council authorising the Lord Privy Seal, if need be, to make use of the existing Privy Seal until another Privy Seal is prepared and authorised.
Approved.
Drafts of 3 orders in Council authorising Your Majesty's principal Secretaries of State, the Lord Chancellor of the Exchequer and the Chancellor of the Duchy of Lancaster, to use the existing seals until other seals be prepared and authorised.
Approved.
Draft of an order in Council authorising Your Majesty's Secretary of State for Northern Ireland to make use of the existing Great Seal of Northern Ireland until another seal be prepared and authorised.
Approved.
Draft of an order in Council authorising Your Majesty's First Minister of Scotland to make use of the Great Seal of Scotland until another Great Seal of Scotland be prepared and authorised.
Approved.
Draft of an order in Council authorising Your Majesty's First Minister of Wales to make use of the existing Welsh seal until another Welsh seal be prepared and authorised.
Approved.
Draft of an order in Council authorising the public seals authorising the respective public seals lately in use elsewhere than in the United Kingdom to be made use of until new seals be prepared and their use duly authorised.
Approved.
Draft of an order in Council confirming Your Majesty's wishes in relation to the Sovereign Grant Act 2011 to continue the tradition of surrendering the hereditary revenues, including the Crown Estate, to your government for the benefit of all, in return for the sovereign grant, which supports your official duties as head of state and head of nation.
Approved.
Drafts of 2 proclamations. 1. Appointing the day of Her late Majesty's state funeral as a bank holiday in England, Wales and Northern Ireland. 2. Appointing the day of Her late Majesty's state funeral as a bank holiday in Scotland. And of 2 orders in Council directing the Lord Chancellor to affix the Great Seal to the proclamations.
Approved.
I now invite Your Majesty to sign both proclamations. And that, Your Majesty, concludes today's business for the Council.
King Charles III has officially been proclaimed Britain's monarch in a ceremony steeped in ancient tradition and political symbolism, and for the first time broadcast live.
And the matted hall.
Now, Prince Charles automatically became king when his mother, Queen Elizabeth II, died on Thursday. This succession ceremony is a key constitutional and ceremonial step in introducing the new monarch to the country. The ceremony at St James's Palace, a royal residence in London, attended by the Accession Council, senior politicians and officials who advise the monarch.
I now ask Privy Councillors present to exit via the picture gallery and the matted hall and invite you to sign the proclamation, which is laid out in the lower corridor. Thank you all for attending today.
King Charles III has been officially proclaimed Britain's new monarch. In this ceremony that we have seen the visuals coming from the throne room, for the first time being broadcast live, ceremony steeped in ancient tradition, political symbolism, Charles automatically became the king when his mother, Queen Elizabeth II, died on Thursday. But this accession ceremony is a key constitutional and ceremonial step in introducing the new monarch to the country. Those in attendance, we've seen former prime ministers and British party leaders present at St James's Palace for King Charles's accession. We have seen Labour leader Keir Starmer and former Labour leaders Tony Blair and Gordon Brown. Also former Conservative Party leaders Boris Johnson, David Cameron and Theresa May, all present to witness the ceremony. This historic Accession Council proclaimed Charles III as Britain's new king following the death of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II, at aged 96.
WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.